Wimbledon could pull off a remarkable escape. Copyright Wimbledon Rugby Club. Barnstaple and Wimbledon will meet at Pottington Road on Saturday as both sides aim to avoid relegation to the 5th tier of English rugby. Not only are Barum and the Dons fighting for their survival, Old Redcliffians and London Irish Wild Geese are also battling to stay in this division for another season. Steve Perry's Barnstaple are currently 2 points from safety, while Wimbledon are also in the drop zone. Barnstaple require 3 points or more to stay in this division, while the Dons must pick up a victory in Devon to stand any chance of staying up. However, their fate could be dependent on Old Redcliffians' result against Redruth, because if Kevin Coster's side secure 2 or more points at Scotland Lane, then they will be safe. As for London Irish Wild Geese, it is much more straightforward. A point from their home fixture against Worthing Raiders will confirm their place in National 2 South for next season. Elsewhere across the division in round 30, newly crowned champions Cinderford will celebrate their promotion when they host Canterbury, and second-place Chinner entertain Clifton, while Redcliffians take on Henley Hawks. Taunton Titans go to already relegated Broad Street, and Tunbridge Judians face Bury St Edmunds. Cinderford beat Canterbury. They did it the hard way, but Cinderford clinched the National 2 South title and automatic promotion to National 1 last weekend. Paul Morris's side battled back from a half-time deficit to defeat Bury St Edmunds in Suffolk, which confirmed the Foresters' return to the 3rd tier of English rugby. In doing so, Cinderford also recorded their 23rd win in a row. The party will be in full swing at Pottington Road this Saturday, and the drinks may have been on the house for Canterbury if Cinderford had not beaten Bury last week. The City men clinched a superb 52-29 win over second-place Chinner, so that result would have handed the title to Cinderford regardless of what they did at the GKIPA Haberden. As it was, Cinderford got their job done, and Canterbury secured arguably the result of the season, and they may even be able to sneak into the top half of the table if they pull off another excellent victory in round 30. Chinner v Clifton. Chinner director of rugby Matt Williams told the club's website that their loss to Canterbury in round 29 will act as a wake-up call as the Oxfordshire side prepare for their National 2 playoff game. It was a below-par performance from the Black and Whites in Kent, and with a potential clash with either Sale FC or Sedgley Park from National 2 North to come, Chinner will want to head into that contest on the front foot. Throughout this season, we have seen the quality Williams side possess, and they will be hoping to show their class when they host Clifton on Saturday. The Gloucestershire outfit were beaten by third-placed Redcliffians last week, but 5 straight wins prior to that loss was enough for them to secure their place in this division for another year. Credit must be given to Darren Lloyd's side for an amazing revival, and they will now be able to enjoy their trip to Kingsey Road. Redcliffians v Henley Hawks. Last week, Redcliffians secured the bronze medal position in National 2 South following their hard-fought win over Clifton at Station Road. The job Seb Reynolds and the staff at Redcliffians have done over the last few years has been excellent. The Rams have continued to progress, and to finish in the top 3 this term is a wonderful achievement for the Berkshire club. The Old Bath Road faithful will be in high spirits when they entertain Henley Hawks this weekend, while the Hawks are desperate to end this term on a positive note. All in all, it has been a step in the right direction for Pete Davies' side as they continue building towards National 1, but just 1 win from their last 9 games has taken the gloss off their season. At one point, Henley were challenging for a top 5 place, but now they can only finish as high as 7th, and to have a chance of achieving that, they must clinch a victory over Redcliffians this weekend. Broad Street v Taunton Titans. It has been another strong season, but another season of inconsistency for Taunton Titans. After a blistering start to the campaign, a poor run of results between November and December saw Tony Yapp's side fall away from the promotion race, and blips in form have plagued the Somerset outfit for the last few years. It's something which they will be keen to put right, because they are a side capable of finishing in the top 2, and something else they will be eager to amend is their recent run of form. Taunton travel to already relegated Broad Street on Saturday, having lost all 3 of their matches in April, while the hosts will be aiming to end a very tough campaign with a win in front of their own supporters. Street had their fate sealed at the start of the month, but Cliffy Hodgson and his staff are already putting plans in place for next season as Street look to recover from a difficult spell back in National 2. Old Redcliffians v Redruth. Everyone was gutted. That was how Old Redcliffians director of rugby Kevin Coster described the feeling after their defeat to Wimbledon last weekend. Old Reds had the chance to confirm their safety in this division after a wonderful turnaround in their fortunes, but they failed to take the opportunity, and it means their fate is still in the balance heading into the final day. https://t.co/m5ONOG6RT. With an exciting final weekend in the season on the horizon, we take a look at some of the permutations ahead of round 30 in the national leagues. Photo credit at GetPhotography1. However, if Redruth gain a victory at Scotland Lane, then results elsewhere come into play for Old Reds. In terms of the visitors, they travel north this weekend, having already secured 5th place, which represents a solid season for Pale Nunu's side. Their home form has played a major part in their success, so just a 4th away triumph of the campaign would be a positive way to complete the campaign for the Cornwall-based side. Tunbridge Judians v Bury St Edmunds. Tunbridge Judians were promoted alongside the aforementioned Old Redcliffians 12 months ago, and while Old Reds battle for safety, TJs have secured 6th place. It has been an amazing campaign for Peter Dankert's side, and their wonderful season was summed up by their 66-26 win over Taunton Titans last weekend. TJs began life at this level with a 50-17 win away at Bury St Edmunds, so the visitors to the Slade will be hoping for some revenge this Saturday. It has been a mixed season for Bury, with changes to staff also going on in the background, but the Wolfpack must be pleased to be sitting in 7th heading into the final weekend of the term. Since John Curry's appointment, Bury have continued to progress in narrow defeats against Cinderford and Chinner. Emphasis that the Suffolk side will travel to Kent aiming for a victory, and a win will see them finish 4 places higher than last term. London Irish Wild Geese v Worthing Raiders. London Irish Wild Geese secured a vital victory over Henley Hawks in round 29 to leave them on the verge of safety in National 2 South. Their 36-19 victory was described by head coach Lee Starling as massive, because the Sunbury-on-Thames side required just 1 point from their fixture with Worthing Raiders this weekend to guarantee their place at this level for next season. This season's highest try scorer versus this season's highest point scorer. This Saturday at Hazelwood Centre. Kickoff 15:00. Let's do this. pic.twitter.com/remadish7t. London Irish Wild Geese at Geese Rugby, April 24, 2018. As for Worthing, they travel to Hazelwood aiming to confirm their position in the top half of the table. Jody Levitt's men were fighting to avoid the drop 12 months ago, so to finish in the top 8 is certainly a big tick in the box in terms of the Raiders' progression. They come into this clash having won their last 2 games, and if they were to deny Wild Geese any points, then results elsewhere will come into the hosts' thinking. https://t.co/m5ONOG6RT. With an exciting final weekend in the season on the horizon, we take a look at some of the permutations ahead of round 30 in the national leagues. Photo credit at GetPhotography1. The game of the season, very possibly. Barnstaple against Wimbledon is arguably the fixture of the weekend across all 3 national leagues due to the fact it has so much riding on it. Both sides currently sit in the drop zone, and it is possible that both teams could be relegated on Saturday afternoon, regardless of what the outcome is at Pottington Road. 48 hours, that's all that's left. One more training session, one final push, one more roll of the dice, one last draw. All 3 clubs at Wimbledon RFC, at Old Reds RFC, at Barnstaple RFC be looking at each other. May the best team prevail. In terms of Barnstaple, a run of 1 win from their last 8 games has seen them tumble into the bottom 3, and they require 3 points or more to stay in this division, but that relies on Redruth doing Barum a favour against Old Redcliffians. As for Wimbledon, they must win in Devon to stand any chance of survival and hope other results go in their favour. Considering the Dons won just one of their first 16 games, it is remarkable they could still be a National 2 South side come Saturday night. The men from Barham Road deserve a lot of credit for their revival, and if they were to pull off an escape, it would be one of the stories of the campaign.